We've got more new alternate uniforms than we have had in years. Nearly half the league is debuting something new this season. Today, we're going to lock in on the jerseys and rank them all on how they look, the vibes, the history, and how they'll show up under the bright lights. Number 7. Cleveland Browns. While they may not have historically been one of the best franchises, the Cleveland Browns have always had tradition on their side, as one of the oldest teams in the league. This rings especially true when it comes to uniforms: orange helmet, brown jersey, white pants, repeat. But in 2025, they decided to shake things up. They're going all in on a look so minimal that actually feels kind of bold. Now they're featuring a solid brown jersey with no stripes on the shoulders, which is somewhat reminiscent of their Color Rush unis from a few years back. And you know what? We don't actually hate it. It looks pretty dang clean. The unbroken color from shoulder to waist really lets the big orange numbers pop. And while some fans will definitely miss the traditional striping that's been part of the Browns' DNA, there is something undeniably sleek about this uniform. We're gonna get to see them 3 times this season too. First against the Packers on September 21st, then October 19th against the Dolphins, and finally December 7th against the Titans. Number 6. Green Bay Packers 1923 throwback. The Packers marketing team broke out their shovels this offseason and went digging into the archives for a throwback worthy to feature as one of its alternatives for the 2025 NFL season. And to say that they went ham digging in is an understatement, because whoo-wee, that is exactly what the Green Bay Packers did here. They dug and dug all the way back to 1923. And beneath decades and decades of NFL history, they found deep navy blue tops, tan pants, and a hand-painted helmet designed to look like the old leather lids from football's earliest days. This is not just old school, this is preschool in football terms. Like before it even existed. Now the Packers have done their fair share of throwbacks over the years, but this one feels like it was lifted straight out of a black and white team photo from a dusty scrapbook in the Lambeau basement. And there's a real story to it too. 1923 was the year that the team became publicly owned, a tradition that has kept the Packers unique in a league where billionaire ownership groups are the norm. Is this the flashiest jersey in the league? No, absolutely not. And it gets dinged a little bit for how much it resembles the Jets' New York Titans throwbacks that they debuted a few years back. But come on, for Packers diehards and history buffs, this is candy. It is a love letter to the roots of the game and to the fans who literally own the franchise. Number 5. New Orleans Saints 2002 gold throwback jerseys. For the first time in more than 2 decades, the New Orleans Saints are going full gold. The last time that we saw them in a gold jersey was 2002. And even then, it was a one-off that felt like a fever dream. Well, they're back now, and this time they've gone all in with a full throwback set. Unfortunately, the new uniform combo may be the only good thing that the Saints have going for them this season, with the way that the roster is currently shaping up. But we don't need to get into that right now. Sorry for even mentioning it, Saints fans, but let's just stay focused on the positives here. The gold-on-gold pairing with matching helmets absolutely screams retro glamour. This isn't a flashy gimmick or a desperate marketing play. This one is clean, sharp, and dripping with the kind of swagger that makes longtime fans nod in approval. The black and white fleur-de-lis accents pop just enough to keep the design balanced, giving that look the perfect Saints signature. There's something about gold jerseys under the lights in the Superdome that just works and will get the place buzzing, even if the football that's being played isn't up to the fan base's standards. Maybe it's the way the color bounces off the turf. Maybe it's the way the crowd's black and gold attire blends into the whole scene. But when New Orleans hits the field in these, it is going to feel like a celebration of the team's culture and its city. Number 4. Pittsburgh Steelers 1933 throwback. If you're going to roll out a throwback, hey, you might as well go all the way. And the Pittsburgh Steelers didn't just commit, they overcommitted in the best way possible. Pittsburgh decided to follow the Packers and went ahead with something pre-Super Bowl era. That being their 1933 throwback. Beige pants, black and yellow striped jerseys, a city crest patch on the chest, and for the first time since 2011, a yellow helmet. The whole thing has sort of a rugby vibe to it. And yeah, this is definitely going to be divided on opinions, especially when you remember how controversial their Bumblebee jerseys were. I mean, some fans will absolutely love the boldness, while others will think that it looks like something from a 1930s beer league. But here's the beauty of it. The Steelers have one of the most unchanged, iconic looks in all of sports. So when they do mix it up, it's gonna turn heads. And they're not just throwing this on for a sleepy early Sunday game either. Oh no, they'll debut it in prime time against the Green Bay Packers on Sunday Night Football. football. I mean, come on, what an epic night that'll be. Two franchises with deep histories squaring off in uniforms that look like they could have been worn when leather helmets were still in fashion. It's weird, it's bold, and its entire vibe is pure Steel City grit. If you're gonna mess with one of the strongest standard uniform sets in the league, this is how you do it, by leaning so far into your history that you turn it into an event. Now all the Steelers' diehard fan base needs is for Mike Tomlin to find a way to get this team back into its old ways of playing dominant football and making deep playoff runs. Number 3, Washington Commanders Super Bowl era throwback. With the way that the culture is starting to change down in the nation's capital, well, this one only feels right. Dan Snyder is out, Josh Harris is in. The Commanders have an actual quarterback under center for the first time in God knows how long. And wouldn't you know it, one of the most passionate fan bases in the entire NFL finally has something to get excited about again. So, what better time than now to unveil a new alternate uni with fans ready to gear up in new Jaden jerseys, especially when you manage to do it in a tactful and appealing way. The Commanders went back to the burgundy and gold design from their championship years, pre-name change. Same style that saw 3 Lombardi trophies come to DC, now updated with modern tailoring, but keeping the spirit intact. Timing's pretty perfect too. Washington fans have been craving a stronger connection to the team's past, and this appears to be an olive branch. An admission, if you will, that all those years that they went by, that, other team name actually happened. And, well, now they have a jersey that represents that. They'll wear them 3 times this season, and something tells me that they're gonna want to make the most out of those games. Oh yeah, talk about an epic slate of games for an equally awesome new alternate uniform. Number 2, Tampa Bay Buccaneers White Creamsicle Throwbacks. The Creamsicles have been back in Tampa for a couple years now in their home form, and every time they've taken to the field in them, the NFL's collective mood has brightened a few shades. Seriously, it's one of the few uniforms that has a damn near 100% approval rating. Everyone and their mother loves the old Bucs jerseys. And now we're gonna see something different that may be able to raise the bar even further. This is the road version. And believe it or not, it might actually be even better. White jersey, bold orange numbers, crisp red trim. And, of course, the glorious Bucco Bruce helmet, grinning like he just drew up another perfectly overcomplicated John McKay quote. It is the full 76 expansion team aesthetic, only, without the 0-14 misery attached to it. The Bucs didn't just slap white fabric where orange used to be and called it a day either. Oh no, they nailed the modernization without sacrificing an ounce of the whimsy that has made this one of the most beloved throwback looks in NFL history. It's playful, it's nostalgic, and it's a beautiful reminder of the way that football uniforms used to ooze personality and flair. Number 1, Los Angeles Chargers. Charger power and superchargers. Alright, let's be honest. While the actual football played on the field may vary, the Los Angeles Chargers are playing an entirely different level when it comes to uniforms. I mean, they don't just win the NFL's style wars, they own them outright. The base set was already the gold standard of the league, and they already had some quality alternates. Home runs, some might say. So when they decide to drop 2 additional alternates in a single season, you already know it is game over for the competition. I mean, the rival marketing and branding teams across the division and broader league had to be shaking in their boots when they heard the news. First up, the Charger Power Set. All gold, from helmet to socks. A nod to the Don Coryell era when the passing game became a weapon of mass destruction. It is bold without drifting into gaudy territory. The kind of look that says, oh yeah, we're gonna score 40 today and we're gonna look damn good doing it. Now, that might not actually mesh with the way that Jim Harbaugh wants to play football, but hey, with those jerseys on, the defensive-minded head coach may just have to throw caution to the wind and just make it happen. And then there's the Superchargers look, which features a deep navy modern throwback that gives off peak 2000s vibes. Think LaDainian Tomlinson in his prime, juking some poor linebacker into another dimension under the Monday Night Football lights. Sleek, it's modern, and it feels made for primetime television. The thing with the Chargers is, they don't just throw a new jersey into the mix and hope it works. Every detail is dialed in. The helmet pairings, the pant striping, even the sock color. It is all perfectly orchestrated. So yeah, this year's uniform rankings, not even close. LA is still the undisputed uniform champion of the NFL, and everyone else is just trying to keep up. But hey, which NFL team do you think has the best alternate uniforms? Which one has the worst? Was there anything that we may have missed? Let us know in the comments section below. If you like this video and learned a thing or two, then clicking the like button helps us out a ton. And you know, we really appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to TPS though, then subscribing is a great idea, because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.